Hello, my name is Jennifer. Me and my friend Amanda run Fiction Addictions. We have a very bookish channel, as Amanda loves to say. And one thing that we love doing on this channel is read arcs and do arc reviews. What is an ARC, you ask? An ARC is an advanced reading copy. So publishers like to put out books beforehand so that we can read them and review them and let you guys know if you should read them or not. I had the very great pleasure of winning a Goodreads giveaway for Someone in the Attic by Andrea Mara. This is her US debut. She already publishes and is best-selling in Ireland. And I have not read her before. This is the first time I read her, but I want to say thank you, not just to Goodreads, and even though it's a giveaway, it's not like they had anything to do with me winning this, but also for having the ARC, Pamela Dorman Books and Viking, which is an imprint of Penguin Random House. I very much appreciate getting the chance to read this because I loved this book. This book kept me riveted. I could not put it down. It's a very intense thriller at times and kept me guessing all the way to the end. Even though I kind of felt like I knew several times and I was right, but I'm not going to spoil anything. This ARC review is just going to give some explanation and let you guys know how I felt about it. So this book opens very a la Hitchcock Psycho. And I would say this might be spoiler if you have not seen Hitchcock and Psycho, but there is a death at the very beginning of this book to set up what happens for the rest of the book. There is a death of a main character within the first couple chapters. I would say it's the first chapter, and it's Anya. And there is a viral trend on TikTok from a TV series where they show a dark clad figure dropping from an attic hatch and lurking around a house. Now, it was PR for this TV show, but some people thought it was real, and then they started mimicking, as things often happen on TikTok, they started mimicking making these videos. After you have that initial first chapter where Anya is murdered, and it's right out there in the first chapter, you are seeing the point of view of Julia. So there were four friends, Anya, Julia, Donna, and Eleanor, and they would call themselves, back when they were friends in high school and college, Jade, for the initials, Jade. Mostly what we're seeing is from Julia. She and her family end up moving to Ireland and into this complex where there are both townhomes and apartments. Her and her husband had been divorced for 9 years. Her husband's name is Gabe, and they have 2 kids. Well, Isla is her daughter, and Luca is her son. So they move, and you find out a lot of information as to why they moved. It's kind of part of the plot. And obviously, I'm not going to keep giving too much away because you really want to experience this book for yourself. And so when they move into this house, that viral trend is happening on TikTok. Her daughter, Isla, brings to her attention that there's a video on TikTok that looks like the video was taken in the place they just moved in. So how the family has their divorce situation is they rotate every 5 days, and Julia and Gabe share custody, and it's a very amicable divorce. They live in the townhouse, and then they split it up, and when the person who is not watching the kids gets to go to the apartment and have like time away when they're not with the kids. In the house portion, the townhouse, Isla shows this video that is their stuff in this house, in this TikTok video, and they don't know how someone got into their house. It keeps happening, and they're almost kind of like terrorized by whoever's doing this. Julia originally finds out about Anya's death. It's ruled a suicide, so she doesn't know that her friend had been murdered, and they had been on the outs anyway, so she doesn't know too much about her friend's life in the past couple years because they had a falling out. She reconnects with her friend Eleanor. She tells her about everything that's going on with these videos, and they start to almost do like a Nancy Drew trying to figure out what exactly is going on. You're introduced to a lot of, I would say, quote unquote suspects in terms of trying to figure out who is doing this to Julia, who would have wanted Anya murdered in the beginning. I'm not going to give any more information because if you truly wanted to read this, you would want to experience it the way I did, where I didn't know anything past the, beginning chapter because it describes it on the back of the book. You have a lot of people that you start to get suspicious of in terms of who might have a vengeance or have a motive for wanting both Anya dead and want to terrorize Julia and her family. I typically read and love like Frida McFadden books and Sally Hepworth books, and I would say anyone who is a fan of those type of thrillers will definitely enjoy this book. I would say that Sally Hepworth is probably a closer match to what this is because Frida does tend to have a lot of crazy twists, especially at the end. But there were reasons, and I won't say exactly why, there were reasons that I also thought of Frida whenever I was reading this. If I explain too much, it'll ruin the book. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I couldn't put this down. I was quickly turning pages. It's one of those books that you couldn't wait to get your hands on again so you can continue to read to find out what is going on. And I literally finished it today, couldn't put it down because I was off today. And I would say it was a satisfying ending. I was very pleased from beginning to end with this book. The release date for this is August 20th. I would highly suggest if you like twisty, can't put down this book type thrillers, you would definitely enjoy this book. Thank you for watching my ARC review of Someone in the Attic by Andrea Mara, and until next time.